All right, this series is out, so let's talk about it. Hello, what is up? I'm here again with another review. This time it is Unordinary Thursdays or Wednesday. You know what? The time zones are so all over the place. I don't even know anymore. Point is, it's that time of the day of the week again. So today we're going to review Unordinary, the latest chapter that came out. It is the start of a new season for Unordinary. Everyone is very, very, very excited. However, and deep in my soul, I have like several issues, but none of them will stop the enjoyment that I have in the series. So a lot of very key important things happened in this series, so let's talk about them now. So the episode begins with John finally being confronted by the headmaster, and this is like my first biggest issue with this show, was that John just kept beating the crap out of people, and the headmaster is just like, okay, go ahead. And the fact that he just gets confronted now, I'm just like, where were you like 20 chapters ago when people were literally getting their faces beaten in like utterly crazy? It's just poor like leadership. Like, why are you just allowing this crazy? Because John is just absolutely crazy. There's not even no other way to describe him. He's just butt crazy. Probably got like some mental disease, and he's just like destroying things just because he can. What type of headmaster are you that just allows like your students to just beat up people regardless of the situation? But yes, the headmaster finally intervenes and just gives him a warning, which was a spit to my face in my opinion, because it's just like, well, you know, he beat up people, he almost killed people, he threatened people, he really doesn't care, and he just walks around like he has like the biggest set of muscles on the face of the planet, but he just gets a freaking, you know, warning. I guess headmaster. But the thing that gets me is that the headmaster is so against like the enforcers and the police and the government from like really infiltrating his school, when like he just can't like solve anything himself. And I'm just curious. Now, one thing about this little scene that did get to me is one of his assistants said that his John's ability or behavior is a little more pressing, and the headmaster does say that's why we need people like him in our school. So we'll see if the principal headmaster's words come to pass, and that we do need a character like John. Personally, in my opinion, no matter how screwed up the hierarchy is, or no matter how people treat one another, you don't need someone who's just bat crazy insane and just wants to beat people for the sake of beating people. He's the biggest contradiction in the world. He says that, you know, I'm tired of people beating up on me because I'm powerless, but it is the strongest being in the entire school and probably in their entire universe right now. And I will say this, I do believe that he is still connected with Amber, and Amber did organize this, but you know, they did say he's a late bloomer, and we kind of got hints of him being a late bloomer in season 1 of the later chapters, where people's abilities just skyrocketed after a drug that Amber gave them. So I'm pretty sure John is this person, but how exactly? Again, it's all in Uru's story, so we'll find out as the story progresses and goes along. Now, the biggest thing that I want to talk about that I'm finally have personally been waiting for a long time is Sarah finds out that John is the Joker, and he has a bunch of powers. But see, now this is where I just have to like really, I'm happy but then I'm not, because it was pretty much common sense even by blind people if you really just like sat down and thought, which is why I love Blake at near the end. He's just like, well, you know, if he was powerless, this is how he looked. I was like, well, no, duh. I mean, it's obviously not Arlo. It's obviously not Remy. Why would Remy just want to beat up people? It's obviously not any of the royals in there, because you all know each other, you all see each other. It obviously has to be the person that no one would suspect, because you all know each other. The only thing that I didn't understand about this whole we just don't know John has abilities is the sheer fact that like the hierarchy is set where everyone knows everyone, like the whole cheers thing where everyone knows your name, and that's clearly the thing. If you're powerful, you're known. If you're not, then why are you even in our existence? And the fact that just John just skates through and just knows like, well, who is the Joker? And I'm just like, well, if you really think it's probably John, who else is it gonna be in the school? Everyone is literally saying he is they're the Joker except for one person. Is common sense really that gone on this planet? Like, I just don't. Someone help me. I don't know. But yeah, like the whole John thing, it was just stupid and very common picking out blah blah people, but I could be wrong. I debated with my friend about this, and I understand what anyone would say. Like, yeah, no one knew he had powers. He played as a cripple for so long, but yeah, at a certain point when people are just getting beat up, you kind of rule everyone else out until it's the person that's not there, which is why I like Blake, because he's like, well, it's obviously not Arlo or Remy or Serafina, because what's Serafina gonna do? It obviously must be the person that no one expects, because everyone kind of identified everyone, and yeah, he's the only one left. So what now? But anywho, Serafina finds out that he has abilities and powers, and this shocks her for a lot of reasons. She's not mad anymore because she lost her ability. She's mad that she was deceived. And I really want to point out that is the source of her anger in this chapter. It's really not about her ability. It's the fact that she feels useless because she was manipulated by someone that she looked up to. And that's something more dangerous when you look up to someone and they manipulate you or they lie to you. So everything that she believed about John was a lie, which, kind of makes sense too, because, he was just not scared of these kids for no apparent reason, as it was another thing behind there. But all in all, someone that she looked up to, someone that she admired, basically she believed nothing but a lie. So when she lost her ability, she thought maybe she can become like John, but to her disappointment, John is stronger than all of them. And then on top of that, he's been threatening and he's been a puppet master. But see, I don't consider John a puppet master, because John is not really manipulating with brains. He's manipulating with brawn. He's manipulating with fear, with pain, with emotion, just by, I just want to do this because I can. So he's not really a puppet master. He's just more like a big bully, which I kind of find John at the end, like he's just nothing but a big bully. This is why John is a more of a villain to me than Arlo ever was, because, I don't know, because Arlo actually had common freaking sense. And John is just like, I'm just gonna beat people up because I feel like it. All in all, I was really touched of the different emotions that Serafina feels. She feels disappointed about losing her ability, but it's only coupled with the fact that she was lied to by John, and that John has been manipulating everyone the whole time. She is powerless to do something about John, and she's powerless to do something for herself. It only makes me wonder, will she ever get her powers back? Or what will the author do to drive this story even longer towards Serafina's character development? Or if she does get her powers back, what is she going to do with it? It's all pretty interesting stuff. Like, the chapter really wasn't, like, game changer for me, but it was enough to where it have a significant impact and led the series to a great season 2. So again, if you're a big fan of Unordinary, again, episode 1 was pretty good, and even despite everything past of it, because none of it just made sense. If you can really explain how it made sense, please put it down in the comments below, because that's what they're for. When I don't understand stuff, you help me. Thank you. So that is my review of Unordinary. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and a subscribe, but also make sure you give a heart to Uru, because she's been doing an amazing job with this series. With that being said, I thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.